We off in this place, catching vibes, sit back and we blaze in the sky like I'm out of space.
What's going on, Cigar World? What's going on, Cigar Enthusiasts? This is Jack, the Cigar Enthusiast, and I'm back with another banger segment of the Virtual Smoke Deck. And we have a guest for you today that is about to blow your mind. The dude is hilarious and also one of the most innovative people I know in the cigar cutter realm. I mean, just the artwork of everything that he's done with this cutter. I mean, it's literally like a chess piece. It's the king chess piece. I don't really know if that's a thing. Maybe he had that in mind. Maybe he'll tell us. But anyway, man, we're really excited to have our guest, Marc from Select Draw Cigar Cutters on the show. But before we get that, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, give us a huge thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that comment box. Show some love. Tell us what's up. Tell us how your 4th of July is coming along. I want to know what you ate. I want to know what you smoked. I want to know how you cut it. I want to know everything dealing with your 4th of July, your plans, man. I actually just woke up from a nap maybe an hour ago. I ate some ribs and I just fell asleep on the couch. Then my wife was like, "Babe, you got to go." And I was like, "All right, I'm up and I'm ready to go." So that's why I got a lot of energy today. But hey, you already know when it's on the Virtual Smoke Deck, we are coming action-packed, man. What's up, PV Henderson? She said, "Hey, Marc, he's not on yet. You got to wait a second." No, just kidding. He hears you. No, but so you know we're coming in with some fire today. So again, I want to know, pop into them comment box, tell us a little about how your 4th of July is coming, and any question that you may have for our guest of honor today. Hit that comment box. For everybody that don't know, I'm Jack, the Cigar Enthusiast, and obviously this is the Virtual Smoke Deck. So without further ado, man, I'm not gonna hold up your time much longer. It's time to dive into this segment. It's time to dive up into this thing. We have a guy that's coming all the way from Los Angeles that is doing real big things here in the cigar culture, man, and really, turning these old farts into something a little bit more innovative and showing them new ways of doing things. I think that's a lot of, our younger generation of what we're doing, man. I love you, old farts, by the way, so don't take that into of the wrong way. I'm sure Grey Wolf is going to be on here in a second, and I love my old man. That's my Santa Claus right there. So again, man, we're going to dive into this thing. So without further ado, introducing our guest of the hour, Marc Ashton. What's up, champ?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. What's up, champ? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a great day to smoke and drink as always.
Absolutely.
Interview first, drink second, smoke third. Yeah.
In that order. In that order. It should have been drink first, smoke, interview, smoke, drink. And this should have all been the same thing. That way we should have been talking like the last 10 minutes. That should have happened.
I wish I could hold it together that long, but I would have failed the interview miserably.
Hey, look, that's why I had to take my nap. You heard about my nap, right?
Yes, I did.
Hey, look, have you ever had Heaven's Door before?
Heaven's Door? I don't think so.
So, have you had Angel's Envy before?
I have had Angel's Envy to a point of danger.
So therefore, you know how dangerous this stuff can get, man. Shout out to my beautiful wife over there playing culture tag at the festivities. Before we go on with my story, shit, I think she's doing what we all wish we could do. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Armenians, man? Happy anniversary, champ. I hope you're enjoying New York, champ. But anyway, so Angel's Envy was obviously became this big thing in the bourbon and whiskey, arena, and it was bought out. So the company that created Angel Envy was like a backwoods distiller or whatever the case may be. Anyway, they bought out to a major company, and then when they bought it out, they came out with a new brand called Heaven's Door. So I actually had the honor of meeting the director of national sales for that company. while staying at Margaritaville, the new one that here in Jacksonville. And she was like, yeah, you know, here's a free sample of this select reserve bottle. And I was like, for me? Me? No, not me. So we popped it open today, and look, brother, when I sit here and say, as you swallow it, it's a real smooth bourbon, but as you swallow it, it sits right here warm. So
that doesn't work well for me. But I'm sure it was wonderful.
So it sits right here warm, and I'm literally like, I was like, Jesus. I started getting hot.
Yes.
And then I was smoking a barber pole at that time by Oscar Valladares.
Okay.
The Candela and the Maduro one. And you know that cigar it has a natural sweetness, but it's, you know, Oscar Valladares blends a powerful cigar. Man, I was like, yeah, it's time to eat. It's time to go to sleep because this is just not working out. Hey, man, Mark, man, for everybody that don't know you, man, which I think it's kind of hard not to know Mark, but tell us a little bit about you, champ.
So my name is Marc Ashton. I am the inventor of the Select Draw cigar cutter, the only African-American in the world to come up with a cigar cutter. You poke it and you smoke it. The great thing is you can pair it with a straight cut, you can pair it with a V cut, you can use it on the side, or you can do it through the cap, or you can do the cap on the side. So there's so many different variations you can do, and it's about making your draw your draw.
I mean, what else do we say after that, Mark? I mean,
I'll just show you my draw. Whoops, shoot. Damn, I'm not good with cameras. So I did cap about 9 times, and then I did single side draw around the sides twice, which is 6. So I'm gonna get it through the sides, and I'm gonna get a full cap.
So is it safe to say the way you just did that cigar is more like a straight cut type of deal?
It probably is similar to a straight cut, yes, with that many holes and through the cap, similar to a straight cut. And then I just added a little fun on the side to drag the smoke against my cheeks and hit the side of my tongue instead of hitting it straight onto my straight on my tongue. So it's just different pathways of air that you can draw through or draw in. And I'm just trying to do as many as possible.
Yeah, makes sense. So I got a question for you, man. You know, without going too deep, because I'm actually waiting to smoke my cigar because I felt like the bunch of times I have tried the Select Draw cutter, I've had problems with tobacco tar build up, you know, as I'm smoking, which for people that don't really know what tobacco tar is, it's not the oils being heated up out of the cigar. It's literally the glue mixing in with nicotine that's creating a tar on the cap of your cigar. You normally wouldn't get tobacco tar anywhere else in the cigar but the cap because it's the vegetable oil that is burning off. For anybody that don't know that, I remember my first time asking that question. I was like, man, I'm getting this thing, but I didn't cut it. I just tried to cut out the cap of it. And I had tobacco tar. But anyway, that's nevertheless. So what empowered you, one, to make such a neat invention, and like, what was the mindset behind? What was the passion behind making this product? You know.
So this product was inspired by my wife spitting tobacco after I gave her a straight cut on my birthday, and she was pissed off. And I kept looking over. My buddies had passed me some gin, some bourbon. They mixed it all together, trying to mess me up for that particular night. And I was just joyous and bubbly. And then I looked over and said, damn, she's mad. And she spat tobacco all over the place. She's looking real mad. Wait a second. I better check this out. So I looked at her again and said, oh, God, she's looking pissed. Looking pissed, just so everybody knows, means I'm in big trouble. If I did something or I didn't, it doesn't even matter. I'm automatically guilty.
In trouble, yep.
So I sat at the edge of the bed that night and said, I think I can solve the issue she had. She had something on her craft table called a frog pen. It has nails sticking up from a circular base. And all I did was take it and stick it in a cigar, and I got a cold draw. That is the beginning of the journey from Super Punch to Select Draw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gone through at least 8 versions.
That's amazing. You know, I see that you guys paired up with Drew Estate not too long ago to make the miniature because they wanted it to fit inside a gift basket. Well, not a gift basket, but a gift set. I would imagine it's probably going to come out during Christmas time frame. This is just my guess. But what was there any challenges, you know, taking the size of this and reducing it down to a smaller size that magnitude?
The only challenge was talking to our manufacturer as well as the engineers and them sketching out something. We had thought about the mini the Traveler, aka the Mini, aka the Pawn. I gotta make sure I say all 3.
Okay.
but that particular item, which is this one right here, has a smaller circumference, so it's better for smaller cigars, but it can also go with bigger cigars. So it just depends. The other one it does well for 50 and above. This one go down to about maybe 30, 38, maybe 36. But again, you can use 2 prongs, you can use 1 prong, you can use 3 prongs. I have one buddy that only uses 1 prong all the way around in every direction. And after about 10 times, he finally can smoke his cigar.
A little work.
Different patterns.
Yeah.
Again, our marketing team, they use a V cut and they just do single side draw on the sides. And that's her choice, Cynthia or Cindy. She does it like that, but she has a V cut in the top. And even the protocol guy had a straight cut and he added side draw. He added double side draw to his straight cut. So it was already cut. The top was cut off and he just poked it in the side like that 4 times. And he loved it. So it's not, it's to add to your experience, not to take over. But because I draw so slow, I almost never get any tar. But my puff is so little.
Yeah. So
that's how much I puff.
You know, looking at, you know, what you're saying as far as like the big one, right? So personally, I prefer a V cut. That is my personal opinion. So when I ask the 3 questions, you know, what kind of cut would you like? Straight cut, punch, or V cut? And I also say, well, there is a new cutter. So when I say that, how should we add that 4th cut in there, right? So what I'm saying is, okay, how would you like your cigar cut? Punch, poked, or straight V?
So the combinations, and it's kind of crazy. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No problem.
There's a bunch of combinations. So you can suggest cap draw, side draw to start. If they're not getting enough pull, you can add V cut to what you just did.
Exactly.
And so the great thing about Select Draw is you can pair with any other cutter, even the punch. So it's a pairing. It's almost like a cigar with a beer or a cigar with a wine.
Complementary.
It's complementary. It doesn't have to take over the other cuts. It's adding additional flavor to the cuts. Now, I just do cap draw, side draw. But other people, straight cut, side draw, V cut, side draw, punch, cap draw, side draw. So I've just added a million combinations that you can do to make your own draw.
You know, I think that's interesting because I don't think, you know, so obviously, are you familiar with the chapter 1 and chapter 2 by LFD?
Yes.
The chisels, right? So obviously those cigars are really known for you not needing a cutter. You can pinch it and then a piece of cap will come off. I always tell people, and obviously you got those people that's been doing it so long, and they're like, oh, I don't need you to tell me anything. Okay, cool. But for the person that wants to listen, I always tell people to punch the top, punch the bottom. And it's funny that now that I think about this, I think this would be a great way. You can maybe X the top, X the bottom on those. And what the reason I tell people that is the same reason why I'm going to explain to somebody on why a select draw is a complimentary cut, or you got to do a lot of different holes. And I may be wrong, I may be mistaken, but it's palette, right? The purpose of the chisel, it goes up, it goes down.
Yes.
When you go up, you're touching the upward motion of your palate, and when you go down, you're touching your taste buds. So as it marinates in your mouth, it's really creating a really robust flavor, and not only helping you define those flavors a little bit more. And I feel like that is what the side punches and all that stuff does, if I'm not mistaken.
You're absolutely right. What we've gotten from fans is it changes the flavor of the cigar, makes it more robust. And I've had the same type of feeling about it. My father has done the chisel many times, just poking one side with the select draw 3 times, or with 3 prongs, or doing it on the other side, or going through the chisel part you're supposed to crack.
Yeah.
So you can go from the top, you can go from the bottom, or you can go through the middle.
You know, I think that. Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead. No.
So,
you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Again, you can always choose, and this is the hardest part: is choosing what draw you want.
Yeah.
Do you want single side draw? Do you want double side draw, or do you want triple side draw? It's all how far you're willing to put your lips down the cigar.
Yeah. You're willing to eat it. Go try.
Some people love triple. I go as far as double, and then I stop. That's my limit, is double.
So I seen that you posted on your Instagram not too long, and I'm pretty positive you had gotten some feedback on it in regards to maybe some tar buildup, or people, actually using the cutter and then, cracking their cigar, right? Obviously, there's a lot more than just your cutter that they need to be worrying about. Humidification is one.
Absolutely.
But so as I hold this here, hold on. As I hold this here, is it about a certain length I should be going down?
So in our videos in IG, you do about halfway. A lot of people think they have to put the whole pin in.
See, that's what I thought.
Pins long. The pin length is arbitrary. We made them long based on just the pins we got from our manufacturer. We could probably make them shorter to make it more accurate, but we wanted to give the length for people just to have. But yes, halfway is the max, unless you have a very soft cigar. I've had cigars from a certain place where it's very, very, very soft, and you can slide the whole pin all the way in. But usually,
that's a problem.
Yeah, that means it's at like 80%. Maybe some things might come out that aren't supposed to be coming out of your cigar. But that's I'm just gonna be honest. That's over humidification.
Yeah.
But the normal humidification halfway is all you need. I've had to address people just smashing it into it. This is finesse.
Yeah.
And my wife said this is okay to say. Select draw, just put the tip in.
Hey.
That's all you need.
What?
She authorized that. So halfway is the max.
So what I came up with is this right here.
Yes.
Now, like I told you before, I'm a V-cut guy. I love V-cuts.
Yeah.
So with this, should I do some side draws?
I think you can start out with that. And again, you can add side draw to it. A third of the way, or even sooner. If you're not getting the draw you're looking for, you can always add to it. And again, if you love V-cut, don't switch. I'm not here to take you away from that V-cut. Put that V-cut in and add single side draw or double side draw.
Well, I tell you what. Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I think I could probably tell you what cigar your wife had.
Okay.
Sorry. There we go. What's up, Dion? That's my boy from Canada. So you have Canada in the building, man. Dion, have you seen Select Draw in Canada? Let us know in the comments. So, you know, where the hell was I about to go? I was about to go somewhere.
It's okay.
Then I got deviated.
It's all right.
So, shit. Anyway, I really forgot. But so, that's what I was saying. I really can tell. I probably know which one your cigar your wife was smoking. Was it a Tatiana?
Probably so. I don't even recall it now.
Which makes sense because you know we sell a lot of Tatianas here. You know the freaking flavored cigar market is just freaking booming, and I hate them. Yeah. I hate the smell of them. I'm like, if they didn't make me money, I would get rid of them. If they sat on the shelf for 2 weeks, I swear they'd be gone. So anyway, so my ladies, right? When I have a lady that or a man, it doesn't matter. But when I have people that is about to smoke a cigar for the first time and they're picking up a Tatiana because their friend told them to, which I never recommend, but their friend told them to, I would typically give them a Select Draw. One, it's gonna throttle back the amount of smoke that they get, and it's gonna take away from the first reaction that you have with a cigar is.
Yep, that is the first reaction.
That is your first reaction,
every time.
Especially when you're working with like a Longsdale or something like that. You know, one of those thinner cigars that are maybe not, it's probably just not well constructed. Is the more politically correct thing that I can say.
Yeah.
So,
shorter binder, shorter filler. It's just pieces instead of the long filler, and so it becomes an issue. And you just draw pieces out and you just end up spitting. For flavored cigars, especially Tatianas, I would use 2 prongs.
Okay.
With the small, the traveler size, but you could use the regular one also. And then I do double side draw around the sides because what it can do with flavored cigars, it softens it. It gives you more flavor, but it softens the initial hit. And so I would put a little bit on the side, maybe double side draw 4 times, and then use 2 prongs.
Okay.
To go in the middle, and maybe 2-prong cross.
Okay.
So for people that are novice, they shouldn't start with Select Draw.
Okay.
Unless you feel like they should.
Okay.
I think it's more of an experience thing, and it has to be someone that's more open to trying different things. I've had some, like you said, older gentlemen that look at the Select Draw and say, "What the hell is that? I ain't using it." I said,
"Hey,
well,
why would I be stabbing my cigar?"
It's okay. On Amazon, 91% is the rating, 4.7 out of 5, which means everyone loves it. It's okay though.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
Absolutely.
But it's just what I see is it's an experiment of smoking.
Yeah.
Straight cut side draw, V cut side draw, cap draw, side draw, and even just side draw.
Yeah.
I have friends that only do side draw. They only want it pulled against their cheeks. Yeah. And drag across their tongue and drag across the roof of their mouth. Now, I've done it a few times. It's okay to me, but I'd rather have the combination. The combination seems more flavorful to me.
Right. So, I talked about, we talked prior to, about the tobacco tar buildup and different things of that nature. What is the best way? Because obviously that's been an issue. I'm not going to be the only one, and I'm probably not going to be the last one to have this issue. What's the best way to kind of mitigate the amount of tar, tobacco tar buildup on the tip of it? Because I usually start to see like the holes will start getting black, start getting blacked out, and then obviously it's just the glue heating up. So what is the best way to mitigate that?
So there's a few ways. What you can do is use your Select Draw again and pull whatever's stuck in there out because it'll come right off on the pins. What I say with Select Draw is it's not a cut and you're done.
Yeah.
This is a cut that you're you're enjoying the whole time. You're switching, you're adding. And so what I say with people that draw very hard, and this is something I learned over time, is do V cut with side draw. If you draw really hard, because with mine, there's still no tar because I draw really light.
Really light.
And so I see people that draw medium or people that draw very hard. You need that V cut with side draw. So just add that together. The other thing the select draw does is if you have a straight cut and you have like a little thing stuck in it, a stem,
yeah,
you can open it up using select draw. The additional thing you can do is what I do sometimes is I'll start at the foot and open it up, adding surface area so it's easier to light. And then the final thing you can do is if you didn't have your steak and potatoes and you're trying to smoke a full-bodied cigar, you can poke a hole in the middle and it does something called aeration. It's adding air to it so you're decreasing the strength of your cigar.
Hole.
And this is the only tool that does that.
Really? So when you say slight draw, medium full draws, are you talking about, and just putting it in content, you're talking about the natural pulling of the cigar smoker. So which means it's a natural motion. Am I mistaken? Correct.
So if you put I always suggest doing at least 3 times, which is 7 holes. Some people swear by 3 holes. Some people like the flavor of it when it's just 3 holes.
Yeah.
But I don't draw enough for me.
Yeah.
So I need that 7, that 9, that side draw because it's a fun experience to have all those different draws. Again, I'm the one that poked it in the middle and lit it from both sides. I just wanted to see what would happen.
What happened? What happened?
It was interesting. It was drawn both ways. It was kind of weird, and people looked at me like I was nuts, but I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
I'm a trained scientist. There's a hypothesis and there's a conclusion. And so whatever I feel like I want to try, I just want to try it. Now, am I going to do it again? No. But it was fun to do it one time and smoking it like in the middle. But I had a whole lot of people like, oh my goodness, what the hell are you doing? I'm just having fun. This is supposed to be a fun experience. Again, select draw, you can switch first third. Second third, you can do something else. Third, you could add V-cut to it. It's all about your intimate relationship with your cigar.
Yeah. And I just as you were speaking, I was actually doing the double side draw on it, and it was very interesting. It seemed like I got a little bit more air pocket. I'm not really a straight guy, a straight cut. I said straight guy. I'm a straight guy, gentlemen.
That's cool. Whatever floats your boat is cool.
Hey, this is a no judge zone. And people know my tongue gets tied often. Okay. Anyway,
good.
I'm really not a straight cut type of guy, right? I don't really like to say, I don't like that's the full blown taste of the experience. I'm also a chewer, so as you see, like I want to puff on this because normally I just set it in my mouth like this and keep it going, but. It helps. That's why I like V-cut because it allows me to do that with a V-cut. With a straight cut, it doesn't. Otherwise, the tobacco is going to start fraying, the tip is going to start fraying, and it start looking like a tree bark that's been freaking taken out the ground or something like that. So, looking at everything, outside of the science part of it, the concept. What was like the structural concept? Structural concept of this actual cutter that was like, I wanted to do it like this because I even, I think it'd be interesting to make little chess pieces out of this and make a select draw chessboard, and then make the king an actual, or queen or whatever. I don't play chess, so I don't know. The actual centerpiece. But what was there anything behind that?
So the super punch at first was just a flat piece of metal with pins, and it was a circular pin structure.
I remember that.
And that thing pulled a whole chunk of your cigar out. So I was like, damn, that ain't gonna work. That's the same as a punch. And it was pulling too much out. So once I made it a straight line of pins, that's when this theory of 3 pins began to work. And so over time, what I've learned is that those 3 pins work. But again, with the super punch, it would reseal because there were only 1 millimeter nails.
Yeah.
So it would seal completely. And then you have to do it again. So what we learned is it had to be a progression of a pin. So it had to kind of open. Again, there's another method that we didn't even talk about that my marketing team probably will kill me for not mentioning, but I try to remember everything. You can wiggle it to open the holes bigger. There's another thing that I love even more that my business partner will kill me for, but I'm a scientist. You can heat up your select draw and singe the cigar open. If you do it fast enough, you got to do it quick. Now it'll be singed open once I pull it out, and the holes are bigger.
Oh, wow.
Those 3 holes are bigger. Whoops, let me try and turn it that way.
Yeah.
So there's so many methods that are going through my mind all the time of how to improve or change what's going on. And it's just it's the Swiss Army knife of cigar cutters. You can do anything with it. And we forgot, you can poke it and smoke it all the way to the end too.
And create a nubber type deal.
So it does all kinds of crazy things.
Interesting. So Dion had a question. Is it fair to say, based on a cigar and preference, you can experiment with what works best for you?
Exactly. You're creating your draw. Again, if you love straight cut, don't change. Just poke it into the straight cut, and I call it super draw because it's almost like a cigarette when you pull it. It's like whoosh.
Really?
I always say if you got to go pick up your kids,
you need to hurry up through it.
You sat down, you're like, damn, my daughter just called me. She knows I'm at the cigar lounge. She could detect it. Dude, I was like, come on, I just sat down, child. Cut that sucker straight cut, poke a couple times in the straight place, and then you can draw it faster so you can get through it so you can go get your kid.
Yeah, that's interesting. So based on your hypothesis of coming up with this concept, what was mainly the sizes that you were using, or was you going variety on a lot of different?
So I smoke bigger cigars, and so that's why initially the structure is bigger, and the pins are wider or has a bigger circumference. Because I was doing Gordo, I was doing Churchill, I wasn't doing any small cigars.
Makes sense.
Once I figured out, I was like, damn, wait a second, what about Lancero? How the hell do I use this? How do I use it for I can't remember what the cone-shaped one's called?
The pyramids.
Thank you, pyramid. I had to figure that one out. I was like, how do you do this one? So it was a constant trial and error on the different types of cigars and how they worked. And again, we will be doing a full chest set. We started out with the simplest thing to lay.
Yeah.
A lay just touches this.
Yeah.
And it's a machine lay that we have that we have in the manufacturer. And so smooth areas are easier. Making a king, making a queen, making a knight, it's going to be interesting.
And but I think that'd be dope. I think people, even if you was to come and make them, every single one of them a cutter, I don't know what the price point of that would be, probably like $200-300. But I think it'll be pretty freaking, probably even more than that. But I think it'll be pretty dope to to know that you need a cutter. Just go to the chest set and grab one of those. But then now you got to worry about people stealing and stuff like people steal anything.
Select draws have been stolen all over the country. My buddy was like, man, I put my shit down. It was gone. I was like, I'm sorry, bro, but you can buy another one.
You can buy another one, though.
I'm so sorry, but I could hook you up with another, bro.
DapperDCigars.com, right?
Exactly.
So what was the motivation behind it outside of, what was your, were you a passionate smoker? Were you every now and again smoker? Outside of, the wife story, I get it. But what was like, man, I'm gonna market this and push this the way I'm pushing it. because obviously I created it. But what was like the passion behind it? Do you have a passion for cigars?
I have a very strong passion for cigars. My favorite cigar is the McAuliffe Reserva.
Okay.
I think it rivals any other cigar. Now the problem is it costs $44.
Yeah.
So I can't. Damn, is wifey watching? If she's watching, tune out now, please.
But please,
and don't get
please
me.
exit out.
But I only bought a box of them twice. They're pretty long, and I love the flavor. I love the Gomez Sanchez 1938 blend.
Okay.
Somebody's grandfather made some crazy wild blend, and I've been addicted to McAuliffe's ever since. But I do smoke a lot of other cigars too. But yes, I was very passionate. Whenever I go in a cigar lounge, I look for the wrapper I don't recognize.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I grab it.
Yeah.
And my friends say, what you getting at? I said, I don't know what it is. And I have to try it.
Yeah, right. Come on now.
I gotta try it. If it's great, I'm gonna smoke it. If it's that was now I'm not a peppery guy.
Yeah, no.
My buddies have told me many times, Mark, you should get into pepper. White pepper, black pepper taste, and it just doesn't work for me. But I have friends that love that flavor.
Yeah. I like white pepper. I honestly can't stand black pepper. Well, I would take that back. I wouldn't say I can't stand it, but I think overly pepper cigars do one thing for your palate.
Mm-hmm.
Exposes your palate to a lot of pepper. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. It's really hard to retrohale to get any other notes because it's just gonna seem like it's torching your nose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a bunch of variables that go into places that I think it just also comes down to just kind of not an enjoyable, cigar in a sense when you go full pepper.
It's not enjoyable to me either, but I do have some people that absolutely love it.
Absolutely. We do too. I mean, we sell the hell out of a Jacob's Ladder. If you never smoked a Jacob's Ladder by Southern Draw, man, definitely check that cigar out or recommend it to somebody that loves pepper. You don't smoke it if you don't like pepper. So outside of doing this pretty huge partnership with Drew Estate, what other major things can the people expect to come here very soon?
Well, just so you know, the ladies have spoken, and I appreciate the ladies speaking out. Rose gold will be the next color in the mini size. The ladies that have spoken to me say they don't get any tobacco on their lips. They don't get any in their teeth, and they love it. I've had many, many reviews from women that just can't stand it sticking to their lip gloss, and they're having to pick it off. And so, ladies, rose goes for you. Well, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not sure what that's. I'm not going to even touch that. That sounds dangerous to me. For me personally,
lit torch is all about it.
Yes,
Susie lit torch. I mean that rose gold will look amazing. So when can they be expecting the rose gold?
I wish I had a time frame. Right now, we've sold about half of the mini select draws going to Houston, going to Philly, going to Norfolk. And where else? I went to Charlotte too, and the mini has been exploding so far. It's even exploding on Amazon as we speak. I'm sure I have some sales right now while we've been here live, it's lovely to go to sleep and wake up and there's money sitting there. I'll be like, whoa.
Hey, they say that's hey, they say you'll be working forever if you don't get it to a point of doing that.
Exactly. Passive money just flowing in is very peaceful, but going on the road has been wonderful. I've met so many wonderful people. Give a shout out to Genevieve, who helped me close 3 shops in 3 days. That was a record for Select Draw. Definitely appreciate her with all her pictures. And I've been picking up ambassadors, and I've been picking up people to assist me because I realize I'm hyper focused on one thing. And I can't see the forest for the trees. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
But there's so many wonderful people out there, like George, who always puts up Select Draw pictures, and other folks that send pictures. I'm reposting constantly now. At one point, my hand was killing me, and I just had to turn my phone off. But I thank every fan that sends pictures. I deeply appreciate you having the same passion I have for the product.
So, Do you have other colors outside of black and silver?
So we have tested prototypes in red. We've tested prototypes in rose gold and gold, and we're trying to get to all the different colors. Just so you know, I have a wonderful business partner. His name is Mark. He's the one that got the patent attorney, did the trademark. He does most of the wholesale. He's an awesome guy. He believed in it when he saw the sorry piece glued to the piece of metal with the little nail-looking prongs coming out. He said, "This could be something." I said, "I know it's something."
Yeah.
He's been a great investor in time. He came up with a 3-finger case. He came up with a travel case.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just thankful for his support and his knowledge, because he was funny. He felt funny about the rose gold. He was worried. He was like, "I don't know if it's going to sell more." I said, "But bro, we keep getting these people asking for it and asking for it. And at some point, we have to either pull the trigger or be scared of colors."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well," I said, "let's try it. Let's see what happens."
Yeah.
Again, the silver has the mini has taken over the original OG on Amazon within 1 month.
Yeah.
So every color has its place, and we're just gonna have those in inventory and sell them wherever someone wants them.
You know, one thing about ladies, man, ladies love bedazzle. Ladies love things that stand out. Black and silver is so manly.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we just got to face it, right? Not face it like it's a bad thing, but we have to acknowledge that women are making up almost 30 to 40% of the cigar industry at this current moment. And I'm sure it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow to it gets to a point of 50-50. But I would be surprised. You should probably do a contest. And I don't run your business, so I'm not trying to tell you that, but giving you an idea. See who can bedazzle a select draw the best. And maybe you chisel your name on it or something like that, or a stamp of approval or something like that. But you know what it'll do is it'll give you ideas of, you know, what ladies like. Like for instance, Dion is in Canada and he does nubbers. So I told him to send me, you know, a bunch of them. We ended up doing business with him, and his numbers sold. But what's crazy is the ones I thought was gonna sell the best did the total opposite. The ones his wife was like, "Man, these are gonna sell, Jack." I was like, I don't know. Them things was gone. It was like big diamonds and flowers and roses and, you know, bedazzled stuff, and the women ate it up. So you know, when it comes out to that, you know, that's what it, you know, really women like the stuff that's gonna stand out. When people be like, "What is that?" They like the bedazzles.
Yeah, I see that. We're definitely doing rose gold. We'll be doing gold. Our prototype in red. I was at Davidoff Owings Mills, and a capper was sitting there, and he said, "You can't leave here unless you sell that to me." I said, "Bro, this is a prototype." He said, "I don't care. It's mine." And he paid he paid 4 times the price of a regular select draw to get the first one ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oops, I should have kept that in the bag." Business partner was mad. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Bro, I just pulled it out to show. I didn't expect that kind of response."
Why not?
I'm probably the most laid back, humble person that's ever been in this position. And so I always think, I'm glad people like it. I made it in theory. Well, I made it in actuality for my wife, but it's gone all over the world now. We're in Australia, France, we have a German distributor bought 600. We just closed a deal in Japan, and the guy opened the box and sold 6 in like a couple of minutes. So it's overwhelming, the response. And for me, I have to stay in a certain place. My friends will tell you, when it's too big a deal, I get emotionally overwhelmed, and I'll even come to tears sometimes, because it's unbelievable the response that people have. And now we've sold close to 10. We're close to 10,000 now, which is amazing. Again, I tried lapel pins, wooden lapel pins, didn't sell one. I tried wooden golf things that you put on the golf green.
Yeah, the
I
tees.
can't remember. Yes, tried that to pick up your ball. Didn't sell one. But this, the third one was a charm, and it's just selling. And again, I have 300 inventions. This is the first one. I might never get to most of them
Yeah,
because this was doing so well. But
yeah.
I'm overly thankful for the response of the fans. I'm overly thankful for people telling me when something isn't working right, and I could try to help them figure it out. I'm just open to showing people what they can do with it.
Yeah. You know, being humble in business is everything, man. That's the second part of our entire podcast is cigars and business. It's a virtual smoke that when we talk about cigars and business. And I think, you know, being humble is amazing. But I tell you what, I'm going to beg to differ with you. And I'm going to tell you something, not in a disrespectful way, but you had to have some level of excellence that you were going to achieve to say, we're going to run with this. This is it. You know, you knew when you came out with this and you started showing people different ways to enhance their cigar smoking experience. You had to know that you were going to sell some. And I want you to get your flowers now on the virtual smoke tag because you deserve them. Right. You know, what I'm saying is, like you said, we have never seen anything like this. The closest thing has been a punch. And then you have the draw tools that you put all the way down to help with the draw. But you never had anything that could allow you to smoke a cigar and really build up, you know, have a smoke experience that's going to allow you not to have tobacco in your mouth. You know, so it's really great. And, you know, kind of talking about what we talked about earlier, you see right here. Which one is it? Where's that? Right there. Where right? So you see how it's kind of some tobacco tar right there.
So I'd put the select draw back in and wiggle it back and forth to draw it out. That's what I do.
Back and forth.
Yep, that's what I do.
And then and then it comes out on.
Yeah, and you can always wipe it off.
Yeah.
You can always clean it with alcohol.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had people just need to realize you have to reopen sometimes. And sometimes if you're a strong drawer, you add the V cut in the middle and you still get the wonderful side draw on the sides. Let's
make a small disclaimer, right? What I just did, I own this one, right?
Yeah.
So let's make a small disclaimer.
Yeah.
If you have this issue at a cigar lounge where you're using maybe a public one, you do not want to stick this back in that cigar that you had your saliva on.
Just buy one, please.
Yeah.
Get your personal one.
Yeah.
It's just like licking the cigar and using the house cutter.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
no, that's a bad idea.
Bad idea. That's gonna get you kicked out. That's nasty. That's cold.
I've seen it many times. I just put my head down and close my eyes.
So I think our MSRP is like $32. I believe that's fairly close to, if not exact to what MSRP is, maybe a little bit cheaper. But you know, it's a very inexpensive cutter, $32. And then again, it's like I said, it's an enhancement deal. It's really nice, real put together. You said this is made using what type of metal?
This is airplane aluminum and stainless steel pins.
So, say that one more time.
Airplane aluminum. I think there's a number, but I don't remember the number. There's an exact number of the aluminum, but the structure is aluminum and the pins are stainless steel.
So that means that we can drop this from outer space into the what's the shield, the heat shield around the Earth?
Shoot, I can't.
I can't think of it, and it won't heat up.
I have no idea. We have insurance for that. Please don't make us use our insurance. So far, it's been perfect so far.
so like Dion said, it's an innovation in a very old school culture, similar to the V cut, really. And he's exactly right. You know, I feel like so many people get stuck in their ways about cuts, and you know, it's just about cigars. You know, I have people come in my lounge all the time, and they say, they say, do you have a La Gloria Cubana?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my guy, come on now. You can get that free fall on Cigar Bid. Like,
that's right.
Like, you know, and I always sit here and tell you, look at him. I said, you must have been smoking cigars for at least, 15 years. He was like, yeah, very similar to that. How'd you know that? I said, because that was a cigar that was popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. Exactly. You know, like, that is not the same cigar that's popular. Now, we're not even talking about popular antics now, but I'm just saying that is not a cigar that most people that are call themselves cigar, aficionados now is going to be like, yeah, I smoke that all the time. That's something back in the day that they had. And the same concept goes with this. This is innovative. This is new. This is something that once you experience, you're going to be like, wow. I tell people to use these things all the time. We have some up in the front. And I say, hey, use it, man. Tell me how you like it. And they be like, man, Jack, that's interesting. Like, yeah, I try to tell you, man, they ain't gonna steer you wrong, man.
Yeah.
But they always come back, and we done sold a couple of them that we have, and it's amazing. See ya. Hey, facts. We should send him an email or Instagram or Twitter. He's always on Twitter. Message to see if he'll do that, man. But what is one thing that you want people to take away from your cutter, coming from your mouth straight forward?
So I always use the sayings: poke it and smoke it, make your move, select your draw. This is all about creating your own draw, your personally own draw. Your draw is not going to be the same as mine. You're not going to poke it the same way I do. And be open enough to try something new. It's like the first time you had sushi, or your first time you had some other octopus or whatever. When you look at it at first, you're like, I'm not sure. But then when you experience, you're like, damn, that's different. I like that. That's interesting. You don't have to use it every time. I use it 99% of the time now. But every once in a while I do a V cut. Every once in a while I do a straight cut. I'm still doing experimenting with this special invention that I created. And just have fun with it. It's something to have fun with, something to play with, and something to pair with other cuts, as well as do it by itself.
Yeah. Well, Marc, man, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show and just enlighten us on the slate draw experience. Hopefully, a lot of people watch this segment and see different ways on how to use it. Interactive ways, versus pictures and different things of that nature, but us actually showing them, getting a little bit more experience from it. Here on the virtual smoke deck, we have something called dropping a gem. And the gem could be about anything. It could be about life. It could be about business. It could be about anything that you feel on your heart to talk about. What's one gem you'd like to drop out to the people?
I guess my gem is, well, I'll just say what I've been doing. Since I've been home for way too long with COVID-19, Netflix is the greatest thing on the planet. I've watched every stinking. I'm waiting for the new one to come out every other day, and I just love Netflix. All the different movies on there. It keeps me busy when I'm not smoking and drinking.
That is not a gym.
That's not a gym?
That is something personal about yourself.
Oh, damn. Okay. I don't think about a gym. Say it again. I'm going to try again.
So a gym is something that maybe is motivational. Maybe something that is inspiring. Maybe something that, that you learned throughout. Perfect. So you said over the course of your inventions, you have created several ones that didn't sell anything. Let's talk about that. Like the motivational, the confidence building that you had to do in order to say, I'm going to keep going until I find that one.
So I think a gem in this process was the drive. Getting out here and putting it out there for people to experience, dealing with the positive reactions and the negative reactions over time, and learning that I can create something that people could use and people now consider to be part of the cutter world. The confidence level I have now is at about 1 million. But it had to build over time. I had people help me to gain confidence. I was a very quiet, reserved person before this. And my personality's completely changed. My father thought I should be in sales. I should have been in pharmaceutical sales. I work for a part of the government now. And hiding behind a computer all these years made me a little different socially.
Yeah.
And now I have to be out there showing people things, experiencing different things with people. But the reaction I have when someone pokes it and they're like, wow, that's really an interesting draw. I love that. I'll never use anything ever again. It just hits me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you really feel that way? Some of the reviews on Amazon, oh, I put all my cutters away and all I use is this. And I'm like, ooh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
I feel all that warmth in my heart. So I guess the gem is the response.
Yeah.
The response has been overwhelmingly positive, and I'm just thankful to be in this position to help others go up as well. Our marketing team for IG and Facebook are amazing. Sorry, I didn't. My friends would tell you I don't get a lot of things. There's Facebook jokes and IG. My wife will show me, my friends will show me. I'll say, "Oh, I don't know what that means."
I don't know.
They be like, "You don't get it?" No, I don't get it. I'm in my own special world if no one knows. I come out for this, and then I go right back to that special world that I live in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, man, you know, and everything you're doing. Keep it up. Know that even when 1 million people knows what it is, there's still another billion people that don't. So keep it going, keep it growing. And we look forward to seeing you remain successful and continue to build your successful. As Dion said before, it's safe to say it's just starting, Mark. So keep it going. And man, we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. There are 17.8 million cigar smokers in the United States. The goal is to sell 1 million.
Yeah.
If we get there, I'll just be giggling. But the path, and like my friend Vernon always says, enjoy the journey. It's hard some days because I'm so caught up in shipping to Amazon, making sure the shipper has enough inventory, making sure we're making enough to rebuy again. And those are all things outside of the invention. And again, that's why I love Marc, because Marc's a business guy. I have no background in business. He has an MBA. He does the whole statistical analysis of what's really working and what's not. And I'm like, I wish I understood. I wish I cared, but I just want everybody to keep buying it.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep enjoying it.
Well, everybody, man, go out there and follow Marc on his Instagram, as well as on Facebook. Follow Select Draw Cigar Cutters on Instagram. And if you want to get your own cigar cutter, man, we have currently black and silver of the big one. We don't have the minis. You can go to dapperDcigars.com, or you can go and visit us in store at 725 Cigar March Drive, Jacksonville, Florida, 32218, the best cigar lounge here in Jacksonville. Well, Marc, we definitely appreciate you so much for taking out the time on this 4th of July. Hopefully you're going to watch some fireworks or create some fireworks along with your Netflix gym. Any last remarks for us, champ?
Just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for this interview. This was awesome. I'm just going to continue on this journey. There'll be many different colors coming out soon over time. And thank you to the fans. From the bottom of my heart, I'm just overly thankful for the wonderful responses on how to use the Select Draw. And please continue to send me pictures every day. I promise I will try to make you Select Draw famous, but that is the marketing team's thing.
That's their problem.
I just give them the pictures.
Hey, come on now. Well, we appreciate you, Marc, man. Like we said, we appreciate you, man. Have a great day and stay smoky.
Thank you.
All right, champ. Hey, that's what I love about this the virtual smoke deck, and not only being able to commingle with folks, from all backgrounds. But like Mark, man, I really like a lot of stuff that we talked about. But more of the biggest things the key takeaways I had of this entire segment was his motivation, his drive. When failure presented itself in his life through his countless inventions that he created that probably didn't go south, he steady kept going. He steady kept driving. He kept staying motivated on what it is that he wanted to do, man. You got to keep that motivation, man. No matter what it is that you're doing in life, no matter where you want to go in life, it's not going to happen without motivation, persistence, and drive. If you do not have those, then it's going to fail, right? And failure is not an option. We say that all the time. And we're going to keep reiterating, man. Keep going. Keep driving. And I also want to throw a quick plug out there to my girl, Susie, with Lit Torch, man. Go download Lit Torch app on your phone right now. It's great stuff on there, man. You'll definitely love that. I love what you guys are doing, and keep it up. Next week is PCA week. Woo! Woo! PCA week, man. We're going to be in Vegas for a whole week. We're really looking forward to, not only meeting with, manufacturers, and we also have some samples coming from, actually, as a matter of fact, I'll show you something. Hold on. They're coming. I got to find the other one. We have some samples come from Nicaragua. Esteli. We have full breakdown on the Ligeros and Secos, Velados, VZOs that I was using here. All Toro size, which is my favorite. We're testing some for our house blend. Some box press, some are just rounded. But we also have a big meeting in PCA with the top manufacturer in the cigar industry for our house blend. So great things are happening. If you're not following us already, go follow us on Dapper D Cigars on Facebook and IG, and then go follow us on Facebook at the Virtual Smoke Deck. Also, if you're watching from YouTube, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell, and give us a huge thumbs up. Man, Lit Torch, man, we can't wait. Oh, yeah, Dion, I'm sorry. I had to break it to you on the Virtual Smoke Deck. See you in Vegas. For all my folks that's going to Vegas, man, y'all stay smoky, be safe. We will get together very soon, and let's do big things. Next week, we might do a pop-up segment. Who knows? Who knows you'll see on the show. I see y'all next week. I'm gone. Peace.